Have you ever wondered how a drone does this? Well, it all comes down to something called a PID controller. Proportional, integral, derivative. Basically, it's a clever algorithm that allows you to tune a drone to perform these kinds of amazing feats. To help you to understand how the PID controller works, I developed an app that will enable you to tune a virtual drone in the safety of your own home. Let me show you how it works. So the app is currently available on the Play Store. It's called Drone Tuning. It's completely free as well as being ad free. I've already installed it. So if I hit the open, now it works in conjunction with this wicked sensor device made by Broadcom. The device connects to the app via Bluetooth, and the built-in accelerometers and gyroscopes is what allows you to use gesture controls to control your virtual drone. Let me give you a quick demo. So if I hit the start, you can see by tilting my device up and down or left and right, I'm able to control my drone. Now the objective is to stay within the green and red area, and the longer you stay in that area, the more points you collect. Well, you get the idea. Next I'll show you how you can play around with the PID settings. So let's take a brief look at the settings. So starting at the top, we have a drone size slider and also drone color, and pretty self-explanatory. One changes color, one changes the size of the drone, followed by the PID sliders. We'll come back to those in a moment. And then we have two checkboxes, reverse roll and reverse pitch. So reverse roll, that inverts the left and right tilt of the sensor, and reverse pitch, that reverses the forward and backward tilt of the sensor. Then we've got the scoring zone settings, so you can change the radius of both the green and red scoring zone as well as the points accumulated for each of those zones. And finally we have plane size and plane speed. By increasing either of those, it makes for a more challenging game. So let's go back up to the PID settings. So just to be clear, the PID settings on this app are not designed to accurately replicate real-life tuning, but instead they're to provide a sort of an appreciation of how the PID settings helps to keep a drone stable in flight. So each of these values are used to monitor the position of your drone. The P looks at your present position. The I looks for patterns in the past, and the D predicts the future position of your drone. All of this data is acquired from the various sensors in your drone, such as the accelerometer, gyro and compass if you have one, and through a feedback loop, micro adjustments are made to each of the propellers thousands of times a second, enabling the drone to remain stable in flight. I appreciate this can be a tricky concept to get your head around, so to make things a little easier to understand, I've put this slide together. So let's imagine this scenario. We are hovering our drone on a calm sunny day, and this slide represents a period of, let's say, 1 second. The drone in the middle represents our current position, the drone on the left our past position, and the drone on the right our future predicted position. And even under these conditions, our PID controller is making thousands of calculations every second to maintain its desired position or set point, and it does this by comparing the data that it receives from our sensors and makes micro adjustments to the respective propellers to maintain that hovering position. Now let's consider a windy day. So in this instance, the PID controller will be required to work much harder. So by taking measurements from the past, the PID controller is able to make more accurate predictions to correct propeller speed for these extreme conditions. However, should your PID be poorly tuned, you can quickly find yourself struggling to control your drone. For example, if we were to return to the app and we'll play around with the PID setting, so we'll dial up the proportional to about 250. You can see that control of the drone has now become very skittish, and I'm having to work extremely hard to keep my drone under control. And it's this overcorrecting type movement or oscillations that is typical of a poorly tuned drone. Hopefully you found that explainer useful. Now just returning back to the app. Clearly you're not limited to using your hands to control the virtual drone. So in this example I used a Rotobit kit, I will link in the description below, and some motors powered by a couple of AA batteries, and it definitely adds for a more visceral, realistic experience. Or for a simpler option, why not use a wrist support to attach the sensor? This really enhances the feel of gesture control as well as protecting the sensor from accidents. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and we'll leave you with a demo of my suspect flying skills.